To ask unanimous consent that the Senate pass H.R. 1147, the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act. But before I start talking, I just want to take a quick drink of this super delicious milk. Here's to the dairy farmers of Kansas and across the entire country. Now, a fun fact, besides water, milk is the only beverage allowed here on the Senate floor. And as you all know, milk is the most delicious, most nutritious, wholesome drink known to humankind. There's nothing ever been made anything like it. Now, milk is pretty special to me, and you might ask why. And it's pretty simple. My dad grew up on a dairy where they milked Holstein cows every morning, every day of the year, 365 days a year. And I remember all the way through high school, my grandma still milking cows. And when your grandma milks cows, you get to have milk for breakfast, for lunch, for supper. And in school, even in school, we got to have milk, a little snack at 10 a.m. And I was one of the lucky kids that got 2 cartons of milk every lunch. And I just learned, I just know this, I assumed that this was what everyone was doing, that if you didn't leave whole milk out for Santa Claus, then he wouldn't leave you presents. Now, whole milk helps to keep growing kids and adults healthy and strong because it has 13 essential nutrients packed into one drink. And because of the fat content, specifically in whole milk, it promotes the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. Now, as an obstetrician, I can't stress enough the importance of drinking whole milk during pregnancy. It helps you have healthy babies. It helps with breastfeeding. It helps us all to grow strong bones. Now, science has also shown that milk consumption provides additional positive health outcomes. It lowers blood pressure. It reduces risk of cardiovascular disease and reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes. As medical costs skyrocket and the obesity epidemic worsens, I rise today to set the record straight. Milk's part of the solution. It's not part of the problem. Now, many fingers have pointed at the dairy industry, and millions of lobbying dollars have been invested in making lawmakers believe that milk's the enemy. Anti-dairy policies have resulted in decreased milk consumption and, ironically, an increase in negative health outcomes. In fact, the most recent Dietary Guidelines of America cites calcium, potassium, and vitamin D as 3 of the top 4 under-consumed nutrients that Americans are deficient in. Well, guess what's rich in those same nutrients? Well, of course, it's milk. All those deficiencies can be resolved with an increase in milk consumption, and that's why I recommend at least a glass of whole milk every day. No other food or drink has the ability to pack that kind of nutritional punch. None. But sadly, over a decade ago, this misinformed chamber voted to remove whole milk from our nation's schools. And now we're facing the consequences. Because we're not encouraging our children to drink milk, we have a generation of young men and women who are going to have osteopenia and osteoporosis 10 to 15 years earlier than their predecessors. Now, let me reiterate, preventable diseases will occur more frequently as a consequence of a federal government overreaction that's based on obsolete research. Research which contradicts modern nutritional science and discourages healthy eating habits for children. Today, we can right this wrong and bring back nutritious whole milk to our children's lunchtime. Let's bring back this tasty and nutritious option. Whole milk has a litany of health benefits to offer our children, and did I mention it tastes great? The benefits of whole milk can't be overlooked, and certainly not substituted with skim milk or 1%, and certainly not by artificially flavored milk that's loaded with empty calories. Bringing more healthy options back to school cafeterias is a slam dunk for American families, and delivering this to the President's desk before Christmas would help promote the consumption of healthy fats that help kids grow physically and cognitively. It supports American farmers and ranchers and promotes a brighter, stronger future for us all. Milk, it's what's for lunch.